Hey everyone, Summer here with AstariaSen, and I just got a pre-order in the mail. The only thing I've done is take the packaging off, like the wrapper, and took it out of the box. That is it. Look what came in the mail today. Oh, I love this box. It is so pretty. Like the words are even a little bit shiny on it. You can't, there it goes. Ha, look at that. Look at that. Ah! So I have the other one. I have... All right, so this is the Fairy Wisdom deck by Amy Brown. This one right here, I have it. And this is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do open this up, first impressions, and then right after I do that, I'm going to do a side-by-side walkthrough of these two decks. So yay! All right. All right, let's take a look. So... opens the box. It's a two-part box, pretty sturdy. Ooh, I like. Look at the book. Ah. Oh, I really like the colorings. But Amy Brown is such a beautiful artist anyways. So, wow. It's a hardbound book, just like in the Fairy Wisdom deck. The other one. Very nice. Look at the back of that thing. Here's the front. And it's got the shiny on it too. Oh, I like it. That. Look at that. So cool. Okay. And then, looks like we have the deck in here with a little ribbon. Pull that out. Ooh, I got some... oh, look at the pretty butterfly, guys. The butterfly. It almost looks like it's coming out to say, hello, what you doing? All right. Let's see. It's 64 cards, and the book is 140 pages hardbound. And I did not realize that there would be plastic on this deck. In the other one, it actually comes in a box. The Fairy Wisdom, just the Fairy Wisdom deck, not this one, but the other one that I have, it came in the box with another box. It didn't have any plastic wrap on it, which apparently I can't get open by myself. So I'm gonna instill some help with some scissors. There we go. Got this. Ooh. They seem like they might even be a little bit bigger than the other deck too. Okay. Look at the backs of these. So pretty. It's got a matte finish on it. Nice. Nice. Oh, wow. Let's see. Well, it kind of almost feels, it's not like my other cards. It's not quite velvety feeling, but it kind of is at the same time. So like a light velvety feeling. It's a little more flimsy than other decks that I have, but I don't really mind that. And the art is going to be absolutely phenomenal in this. So I am excited about this deck. Oh man, I'm so excited about this deck. Let's do a quick, you can see it's all borderless. All Fae. Oh yeah, I love it. I know I'm going to like this deck. All right. So that is my first impressions. Fae, I love the Fae, and I love Amy Brown, and I love Nene Thomas. Oh God, Nene Thomas is an amazing fairy artist too. But anyways, here we go. We are up next. We are going to do a side-by-side walkthrough of both of these decks together so that you can see the difference. I think there might be a few less cards in the other deck, but I do want to see that difference, and I want to see the book difference as well. So I might do, real quick. I had the book somewhere. There it is. Ah! Oof. All right, so here's the other book. So this one's a little bit smaller. And how many cards does it have? It has 64 too. So no, I'm right. It has 64 cards too. Yeah, it has 64 cards. So this should go really well, actually. It should go really well. So here's the two decks that I'll be doing a walkthrough on up next. So stay tuned. Give me just a second, and I will be right back with the side-by-side walkthrough. All right, I am back, and here are the two decks side by side. You can see that the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, the new one that just came out, is quite a bit bigger than the original Fairy Wisdom deck, but I think this is a remake of this deck. So as I was kind of looking through it, I think that's what it is. So bear with me as I resituate these cards. so that you can see them side by side here. All right. Yeah, that definitely has a much bigger aspect. So these are both number 1. These are both attitude. Let's see. Coffee break is right side up, and coffee break is sideways. Bad dragon. I definitely like the borderless cards a lot. They look more pleasing to the eye than the bordered ones, that's for sure. Bad dragon, both. This is Birth of Magic. She's changed that up a little bit. And then we have Jewel of the Sea, again another change. Forget Me Not. Wow, look at the difference in that. This one has little dragons on it with the newer one. So this is the Fairy Wisdom deck. This is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle for anybody who didn't know. Look at that. Too many dragons. Wow. And I'm just now looking at the artwork in this one. I have not looked through the artwork, so I'm doing that with you right now. All right. Winter. This one is sideways. Wow, there's a pretty big difference here. See, that way might be better. Oh, this one's cute though. There's definitely some pretty big differences. Trillium. Wow. All right. When fairies go bad. What does that say? That says, ha, yeah, okay, dare me. Look at these guys. This one definitely added more. This one's cute though too, still. All right, and then we have Something Wild. Wow. I like both the decks though. Like, I can't even tell you how much I like both of these decks. Devotion. Oh, the Moon Dragon. Look at this. How could I pick one? I like both of them. I'm just going to like both of them and use both of them for whatever I want. Because I like both of them. Oh, Companion. Number 14. Here is Discovery. Pretty different. Like the child in this one versus the full-grown fairy in this one. And look at all the little tiny fairies in this one, but none of them are there in this one. Interesting. Then we have Believe, which is very different as well. I do like this one, but I like this one also. This one has the unicorn in it and a little troll or gnome, fairy, and a dragon. And this one just has the fairy. Rescued. Oh, that's really cute. Look at that. They're rescuing each other. That's cute. And this is like a guy rescuing a girl. So very different, different outlooks on the cards for sure. So, I mean, you can give 2 different readings with this deck. These decks, I think you can. Even if you pulled the same cards. Too Much Wine, and this one's Overindulgence. So she changed the name on that one. Balancing Act. Huh, look at that. That one has some frogs and a gnome and some fairies and dragons. And this one has rocks that she's balancing. That's really neat. What a difference that makes in a reading. All right. And then we have Fairies. And this one is Fae. So Fae and Fairies. Pretty similar still. The horns are still there. The coloring is a bit different. This one is definitely more nature. She's in nature on this side. But this one's more nature designed. All right, Magnolia. Another sideways card versus a straight up and down. '22, Blue Fairy. Oh, look at those designs. Way different. She used a lot more white space in this one for sure. And you can and the darkness comes out a lot better. But the white space in this one is just beautiful too. So, all right, up next, Shaman. Very different again. Definitely more green base where this is brown base, just like the other one, the other card with the Fae and the Fairies. One was green and one was more brown. Green Fairy. Interesting. That has green on just the little bits of the wings, but the rest is kind of blue. And this one is definitely much more green fairy-ish. The Oldest Fairy. Oh, wow. He's really cute in both of them. I like the candles on his head in this one. Wow. Yeah, they're the same but different. They probably give just about the same kind of reading if you're doing intuitive readings. The Source of Magic. Wow. Oh, look at that. I like that little Fae right there and the stars. This one still has the stars too, but it's more of the Fae itself is the source of magic rather than the impression that something else is the source of magic for the Fae, I guess. All right. Beloved and Adoration. So that changed a little bit. Both are babies, though. Isn't that cute? All right, up next. The Dormouse and the Dormouse. Awesome. See, oh, look at that. Okay, so here's the Dormouse in this one. And here's the Dormouse in this one. Definitely a little bit different feel. This one has the mushroom, this one has the tree and more fairies in it, and this only has the one fairy looking over. So that could give some different readings too. All right. Moon Secrets. Wow. I mean, it's the same card, but it's definitely different. That's the crescent moon versus the full moon for sure. And the water and the mermaid versus the fairy. Hummingbird Dreams. Very similar cards. You'd get probably about the same reading with this. The Flirt. Again, about the same reading. She's a little more flirty in a sense of how her face looks and stuff like that. And this one has her flirting a little bit with another little elf or a troll. That's cute. There'd be a big difference in readings in this just because the troll's added to this one. All right. Magic Frog. Again, the frog is here and here. Very different colorings, but about the same aspect. This one has more fairies in it, though, and more mushrooms. Ooh, Fire Dance. Look at the difference in these cards. Holy cow. But still very similar. Still very similar. Always. She didn't change much about that either. Just nicely the way they were standing or sitting. Summer Dragon. Ooh, yeah, that is definitely a different card. Different flowers, different style of dragon. This one has like the moon in the background. So yeah, that's a bit different. Bubble Rider. This one has other creatures riding the bubble, whereas this one just has bubbles surrounding it. So that's pretty cool. But kind of the same concept still. Lighting the Way. A little bit different artwork, but still the same concept. This one has the moon in it, so that's a little bit different. Pedestal. Now these are very interesting. Look at the difference in these cards. She is not completely tied up, whereas she is. So that would probably give some pretty different ratings. Okay, the Book Fairy. They're pretty similar, just different colorings, and it's got some added stuff on it. But it would probably give a similar reading. It's still the same idea. This just has a little more added, maybe almost pagan-y, witchy stuff. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? We have Dandelion. Very similar yet again. Caffeine, and this one is Caffeine Overload. So a little bit different. She looks a little more frazzled than she does, but she has definitely drank more coffee. All right, Fire Element. Oh, now this is different. One is Fae, and one is, what, maybe a Griffin or a Fire Phoenix, maybe? So that might get a bit of a different reading. Autumn. Both are autumn fairies. This one has more of an autumn feel to it, I think, with the pumpkins. Blind Date and Gift Revealed. Oh, that is cute. It's still so similar, but the date, this right here gives two different, like blind date versus gift revealed is a very different saying. All right, up next we have Ivy. Oh, wow. The art's different, but I mean, it still gives the same kind of reading, the same kind of feel. I definitely like the hair and the artwork in this one. All right, looks like trouble versus trouble. Look at that. Ha! This one right here is like not even paying attention to the her. And this one right here is like a companion. That's hilarious. All right, next up, Magic Fish. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump that. So the magic fish are down on the bottom here. One's being ridden. Oh, that's being ridden up here too, just in a much bigger form. But there's no fairy specific in this deck. Huh. Nightlight. Oh, very similar cards. Almost exactly similar, just updated almost. And then this one has the little fae lighting the way, whereas this one has the flowers lighting the way. Painting Poppies. Again, very similar yet different with the two guys painting versus the fairy painting. Next up is Tattooed versus Tattoo Fairy. Same concept though. Up next, Whispering of Spring. Now this is a little bit different. They're all fairies, but this has more fairies, so you can probably get a different reading from both of these cards. The Brat. Very similar. Very similar. Sphere and Chakra Fairy. So this changed out a bit. So you definitely get different readings from that. And what do we have? We have Earth Element and Earth Element. Both are very similar. This one has a little bit more to it. Oh, my cards are going everywhere. All right, up next, Thinking of You. Oh, wow, look at that. Still similar concept, though. The snails, the fairy, even the way she's sitting, they're just different colors, just a little bit different fae, so maybe an updated version. Trespassers will be digested. That's hilarious. And this one's just Trespassers. This one's definitely cuter, and it's got the sign. But she's a little more fierce and very fairy, whereas that's the dragon. So definitely could be a different reading. Water Element. Similar aspect, that one's just fairy. This is mermaid, so I feel like there's more water in this one. Reflections and What Are You Looking At? Very similar cards, just different wording. Maybe an update. Wild Violet. Again, similar cards, just seems like a little more updated, though she seems a little more demure, whereas she's like right in your face almost. Air Element. Very different thing. I get more of an air feel from this card than I do this one, but still very beautiful. Oh, they're turning sideways on me. All right, Wishing You Health and Wish You Were Here. So it's the idea of thinking of somebody else still, but a little bit different wording, so you probably get a little bit different readings. Chocolate Brownie Fairy. That is a very different looking card. Very different. They're like making it, whereas she's eating it. Oh, I did notice that these cards are a little bit thicker than these ones too. Definitely a different thickness in the two cards. Should have said that at the beginning. And then we have Human Myth, which I like. I like both of these cards. It's the fairy reading the human myth story, and then the dragon reading the human myth story, like a fairy tale, like humans are the fairy tale, which is really cute. And then we have Home Sweet Home as the final one. Both are mermaids. One's a bowl, which is different than the shell, which is out in open sea, whereas this one's a closed-off structure. So really, you can get two different readings from this as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts on the two decks. I do like both of them, and I will use both of them. So you guys have a very great day.